Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s, and right now it's Saturday morning. This video is going to be going up on probably Tuesday, and like I said, it is morning time. I've got my coffee here, and see this little mug? I love this. See the little chihuahua with the glasses? It's so freaking cute. My brother and sister-in-law got me that for Christmas. I've been using it every single day. I just love this mug. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to talk about like my top 5 favorites of like almost each makeup category, and I want to do this because I want to see, like, I want to do it right now, and then I want to see at the end of 2018 if my top 5 has changed. So it's just kind of like one of those things. I want to see what, I'm really loving right now and what I'm really going to be loving at the end of the year. So today I want to start with top 5 primers. Now I wanted to do top 5 drugstore, top 5 high-end, but the issue that I ran into with primers specifically, or especially, is that I don't have 5 high-end or 5 drugstore. I have like 5 or 6 that are a combination of the both. So that's what we're going to talk about today in this video. And then I'm also going to do my 5 favorite foundations, and those I do have 5 drugstore and 5 high-end, so I'm going to do those as well. I don't know if I'm going to include those in this video or if that will go up in Thursday's video. It just depends on how long the primer video takes. If it takes too long, then I'll do the foundations on Thursday. I also want to do my top 5 high-end eyeshadow palettes and drugstore eyeshadow palettes as well. So I might have that one up probably next Tuesday. So, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this, like I said, is because I want to see if my opinions actually change. One of the reasons also why I'm doing this top 5 is to kill some time so I can get some more wear out of the new makeup products that I'm currently trying, so I can give you guys accurate reviews on that as well. So just trying to be upfront with you guys because I don't want to jump on here and give you reviews on makeup that I have not used for that long. So we are going to jump right in, starting with primers. Okay, so for primers, I have a combination of 7 total primers. Now, like I said, I don't have 5 drugstore, 5 high-end like I would like to, but I have 5 in total, and some of them are drugstore and some of them are high-end. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right in with those, and I'm just going to I'm going to start with the high-end ones and then do the drugstore ones. So I have 4 high-end and I have 3 drugstore that I've really been using a lot, that I've really been loving. And I'm going to put them in order from my least favorite. Now granted, they are still favorites because they're in my top 5, but I'm going to put them from my least favorite to my most favorite. Alright, so I don't want to say my least favorite, but number 5 on my high-end list, which I do really love this, but it is number 5 on my list. It is the IT Cosmetics number 50 Serum Anti-Aging Collagen Veil Primer. This guy right here. Now, I love this guy. The texture is beautiful. It's got a really nice, fresh scent to it. It's not overpowering. It's not really strong. It's just nice and fresh. And it does have a pump, but when you purchase it, it also comes with like a little dropper. So if you don't want to use the pump, you can use the dropper as well. I use the pump because honestly, the product is not so thin that it really needs a dropper, to be quite honest. And one of the things that I love about it is the texture is beautiful. I love the texture, and this primer sinks right into the skin. It does not feel like it sits on top of the skin like a heavy mask. It sinks in, and it does give you a really nice, clean, more even texture to start with, even though it's not sitting on top, if that makes sense. And like I said, it does have a really nice fresh scent. It almost has kind of a citrusy scent to it, and I really enjoy that. So this one is, like I said, number 5 on my top 5 list. number 4. And like I said, they're not really top 5 lists, so I don't know why I'm calling it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because it's really not. So I'm going to say the lower on my high end. My next favorite, I've been using it for years, and my opinion has never changed on it. And that is the Benefit Porefessional, this guy right here. And we know that we are all familiar with the Porefessional. If you haven't tried it, you've at least heard about it, you've heard people talk about it, you've probably seen it. But I love this, and this is not a primer that I use all over my entire face, unlike this one I use all over my entire face. This is one that, oops, as I'm dropping it, that I just target in specific areas. Sorry, I have an itch in my ear. And this is a very skin-toned primer. Let me see if I can get a little bit out here. I don't want to squish out too much. But this is a very skin-toned primer. Can you guys see it right there? And what I like about this one is, like I said, I just use it in the specific targeted areas that I need it. It really fills in those pores and makes my pores not stand out. It fills in fine lines. So not only will I use it like right here for pores, but I'll also use it like right here. And what I'll do is I'll like smile and see these lines come up, and I'll put them right here. And I'll put some right here, and then usually some in my forehead as well. And it really seems to mask those really nicely. However, this is one that does sit on top of the skin. And like I said, I don't use it all over my face because it sits on top as well as fills in those pores. And if I put this all over my face and I try to wear it all day, I'm going to break out. So I only use it, like I said, in these specific areas where I need it. And that's that. So typically what I'll do is I'll put my all over primer all over my face, and then I'll just go in over top of that with this, just in the specific areas where I have pores and fine lines that I want to fill in. Alright, so next on my high end is from Becca, and this is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. The Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This guy right here. And I love this guy too. Okay, so this one has got kind of a luminescence to it. Okay, that's it right there. It's kind of thick when you pump it out, and it's kind of skin colored, but it does have a nice luminescence to it. So when I apply it to the skin, it sinks in, it takes it a minute to completely dry down, but it does sink into the skin. It gives you a nice texture to start with on your skin, but it also gives you a nice glow, but not one that's so overpowering. So you guys will see I rubbed it in, and I have just a nice natural glow. It's not an overpowering glow. And when I apply foundation on top of that, it really gives my foundation a nice natural look. I don't like being completely matte. With my skin is right now really dry, and I don't want a matte look because that tends to look cakey on my skin. So this really gives my skin a nice natural finish when I use it under my foundation. So it does have a slight, like I said, dewy or glow to it, but it's not so glowy that it's like strobing from the heavens kind of glowy. So it's just a nice natural finish on your skin, and it feels really nice. I don't feel it on the skin at all, as well as the It Cosmetics number 50. I don't feel that on the skin at all either. Alright, then my all-time favorite, which I've talked about this one before, and my opinion has not ever changed on this one, but I have a feeling it's going to have to this year because they discontinued it. Now, somebody made a comment on one of my favorites videos that I did last week that they were able to find it in either Marshall's or TJ Maxx. So I'm going to check it out and see if I can find it. But as far as I know, Smashbox has discontinued it. It is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Hydrating. It is the blue one. This is my all-time absolute favorite primer in the universe, and I'm so disappointed that they're discontinuing it. So I hope I can find it at TJ Maxx. I think Sephora still has a little bit, but you can't get any more on Ulta, and you can't get it on Smashbox anymore either. And I believe they are replacing this with the Primerizer, which is more of a moisturizing primer, and I've heard good things about it. So I'm going to try that this year and see if it holds a candle to this, and I will let you guys know once I do. But I'm not going to get too in-depth over this, like I said, because they are discontinuing it. All right, drugstore. On the bottom end of my drugstore is the No. 7 Airbrush Away Radiance Boosting Primer. This guy right here. Now, I've had this 6, maybe 8 months. I have used it quite a bit, and it does give a very luminous glow to the skin, and I like that. When you first take it out of the tube, and it is a tube, when you first take it out of the tube, you'll see it's kind of white. I don't know if you can see, like there's a little bit of a pinkish iridescence to it, and then when you spread it out on the skin, it gets very iridescent, like a very pink iridescence. Let me keep spreading so you guys can actually see what it does once it's completely rubbed in. So once it's completely rubbed in, it does give a very nice radiance. Do you guys see that? Well, you guys probably can't see it, but it does have kind of a pinkish radiant sheen to it, but it's not overpowering, and it does feel really nice. But this is one that I kind of feel setting on top of the skin a little bit. After I've been wearing it for a little while, I no longer feel it, but at first I can feel it. It does feel very silky, very smooth. You can definitely tell by the feel that it has some silicone in it. But I mean, that's okay. And underneath foundation, it does give my foundation a very nice glow. And I love pairing this with more of my glowy foundations when I'm really wanting that big, you know, glow to my skin. And it's a really nice foundation for that. So that's the No. 7 Airbrush Away, and you can find No. 7 at Ulta. You can find it now at Walgreens. Target has No. 7, so you can definitely find this in your drugstores. It's going to be more on your pricier side of drugstore, but it is drugstore, so that's why I'm including it in this one. And then next is the NYX Hydra Touch Primer, this guy right here. Now, I had high hopes for this guy. I wanted to compare this guy to this guy because, like I said, I'm in love with this guy. So I tried out this guy, and I've been using him now for, a couple of months, and I really like it. Now, I can't say it's the exact same texture as the Smashbox. Okay, it does have, it's kind of white, and it does have a little bit of a bluish tinge to it, but not quite as much as the Smashbox does. When you blend it in, it sinks right into the skin, just like the Smashbox does. It's very, very hydrating feeling when you sink it in, and I love when it sinks in, and I just really, really love that. However, it is just not quite as good as hiding some of those imperfections as the Smashbox one does, but it is really good, and I really do enjoy it. Now, I know Maybelline has come out with one too that is very similar to this, and I'm going to give that a shot this year too and see what I think. I haven't tried it yet. I will keep you guys updated, but right now, okay, this is already dry. It's sunk in already. It's already dry, and the back of my hand feels pretty hydrating. So the NYX Hydra Touch, I would say, is not quite as good as this one, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, this is, I could definitely use this in a pinch. If I don't like the primerizer, this will probably become up there because it's the closest to this so far that I have found. Okay, then my very last primer that I want to say is my all-time favorite from the drugstore. I've been using this one for quite some time and have really enjoyed it. And this is the Milani Primelight. This is the Strobing Pore Minimizing Primer. Now, how that works, I'm not exactly sure, because if you're strobing, you're not exactly minimizing pores, right? But this one actually does. I mean, normally when you think strobe or you think shine, you're thinking pores that are going to stand out. But this one actually does minimize them. It is a really nice primer. And I'm almost out of it, actually. Ugh, I need to get some more. There we go. So it is kind of a white pearlescent. If you guys see that. And it is kind of liquidous. Do you guys see it kind of running down my hand here? So when you rub it in, it gives you a really nice dewy glow to the skin. And again, you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but it doesn't give off like that pearlescent pink sheen like the No. 7. It just sinks right in and just gives you a really nice glow. And when you put foundation over the top of it, it's gorgeous. And it does have a little bit of a tacky texture, so your foundation really sticks to it. And I don't really find this one like really hydrating, but I find that when I wear it, it makes my skin look nice all day long. Occasionally I'll get oily in the T-zone, but when I wear this, I don't. It doesn't make foundation to stick to any dry patches or anything like that, and I don't feel it on the skin. It just feels very nice, and once the foundation goes on top of it, it's a beautiful finish. And it kind of has a nice scent to it as well. I can't really place it. It's not perfumey and it's not strong, but it is nice. So I'm really for drugstore enjoying this Milani Primelight, and when I run out I will be buying more of this because I really like it. Okay guys, so that was my, I don't want to say top 5 primers because it's not top 5 high-end and drugstore like I wanted to do, but it is top 7, so it's a combination of high-end and drugstore mixed together. So that's pretty much it. Let me guys know if you have tried any of those primers and what your thoughts were on them. If you have any recommendations for me to try, let me know, because I am all about finding the perfect primer, because when you have the perfect primer, it just makes your foundation look that much better. So let me guys know if you've tried it, what you've thought of any of these, and if you have any recommendations for me. Alright guys, so that's all I have for now, and I hope you guys found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Okay, so you guys can look me up on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, all under Rock Fabulous 40s. And if you want to be notified of videos that I have posted, go ahead and hit the bell down there as well. Also guys, remember, hit subscribe. There is a subscribe button down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, and you too can rock your fabulous 40s. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.